Summers Corner is not for everyone. It's a brand new master plan community, and there are some really great things about it, but there are some not so great things about it that I've learned from my clients who've lived here after a few months. So I'm going to talk about the pros and the cons of living in Summers Corner so that you can decide if this is the right new community for you. We'll talk about location, schools, and other amenities that can be good or bad according to what you want. So let's get into it. One of the great pros about living in Summers Corner is the great location of the community. We're about 45 minutes to downtown Charleston, 15 minutes to historic downtown Summerville, and we're about an hour to the nearest beaches. We're also about 35 minutes to the Charleston International Airport and 2 to 4 miles away from restaurants and shopping. So you can find anything within a close radius of this location. And one of the great things about the location is also the fact that it's more tucked away and it's away from the traffic. So it's a bit of a quieter neighborhood here than if you were at a neighborhood closer to town. Now, the second pro about living in Summers Corner is the Dorchester 2 district schools here. Those are the highly rated DD2 schools like Sandhill Elementary and Rawlings Middle, which is right behind me. And they're right in the neighborhood. So you could walk your children to school, or it would be a very short drive, or you could take a golf cart ride to school. And that's one of the things that my clients love about Summers Corner is the school district. I've actually had some clients make a decision when they were thinking about a different school that was in the Berkeley County schools versus Summers Corner, which is in the DD2 schools. So that's a bonus if you have children. It's one of the more desirable school districts according to niche.com and greatschools.org. So the third pro of living in Summers Corner is all the amenities that come with the neighborhood. Like right now, we're by one of the pools here, and there are going to be multiple pools scattered throughout, along with different playgrounds. And they're also going to be building a massive resort-style pool. They're going to have a pool for the children, a splash pad, and also they're going to have these massive slides that look like legit water slides at that pool. They're also going to have an adult swim area with a cabana where it looks like there's going to be a full-time bartender there too. So it's going to be great fun for all the kids, and also if you're an adult, you have your own designated area. And all of that comes for about $200 for your HOA fee every month. You get the pools, parks, playgrounds, splash pads, numerous walking trails, and a bunch of sidewalks, plus pocket parks and more. Now, the fourth pro about living in Summers Corner is the beautiful homes that they have here. Now, these homes are now built by Lennar, and you have different home plans to choose from. They have plans ranging from the 3 bedrooms to 5 bedrooms, and they go from 1-story homes if you're wanting to downsize up to 2-story homes and even 3-story homes. Now, the particular home that I'm standing in here is called a row home, and it has a detached garage in the back, and there are different standard features that come with the row homes. They typically have 10-foot ceilings, and with Lennar, you tend to get 9-foot ceilings or 10-foot ceilings, and they come with either engineered hardwood flooring or LVP flooring. And one great thing about Lennar that a lot of my clients have mentioned is that their homes tend to look just prettier. I've heard that they look better. They're a lot less boxy than some other builders, and each plan has different elevations to them. So you can have about 3 different options for each plan. So when you're driving through the community, it doesn't look so cookie cutter. Like, there are differences with how the homes look on the exterior. A lot of them come with front porches, upstairs porches, balconies, screen porches in the back. So there's a lot more variation between the houses in the community. So if you're looking for something that's not so cookie cutter, but is also brand new, I think that Summers Corner or any Lennar community pretty much would be a good option for you. The fifth pro about buying a home in Summers Corner is that Lennar, the builder, will typically offer you some kind of closing costs or incentives. So right now they're offering $5,000 in closing costs, but they also have their own in-house lenders and in-house closing attorneys, which means they can give you better deals if you use their in-house lender. And those deals can look like up to $25,000 or $35,000. I've even seen up to $50,000 in incentives on your new home. So that means they'll give you about $50,000 to either adjust the price of the home or to buy down the rate. And right now, rates are in the 7s or 8s. they're relatively higher than what they were back in the COVID days when they were in the 2 or 3%. They're about 7 or 8%. So if you're able to buy down the rate even a little bit, that could save you a couple $100s every month. I've actually had clients recently that have gotten $50,000 and $45,000 in incentives, which they use to both lower the price of the home and also buy down the rate. So if you were buying a pre-owned home with the 7 or 8% rate, that would cost a lot more than buying a home here for the same price, but with a lower rate. So that's something to consider that will actually save you hundreds of dollars a month and could save you potentially tens of thousands of dollars on your new home purchase. So that's it for the pros. But to get a better picture of whether or not you want to live here, let's talk about the cons. The first con about living in Summers Corner is that it is newer and it's a little bit further out from town, so you'll potentially find issues with Wi-Fi connectivity. I've never heard of that from any of my clients, but I have seen it online from people reviewing their recent Summers Corner home. Along with that, what I've noticed personally is that it's a little bit harder to get data reception out here. So I've had video calls with some clients that didn't actually go through because it was hard to get a signal out here. That's not so much a con when you have your own home and you have your own Wi-Fi, you can just connect to the Wi-Fi. But if you're visiting a friend out here, it's gonna be a little bit harder to find a signal. And the second con that has been mentioned is also the location. I know that I mentioned that the location was a pro, and it is for the most part, but a lot of people do still think that it's a little further out here. So it's about 45 minutes to an hour away from downtown Charleston. And if you're commuting every day to downtown Charleston, this might be a far drive for you, honestly. You might want to look elsewhere if you're commuting every day to downtown Charleston. But if you're commuting to someplace like West Ashley, or you're going to Summerville every day, I think it's a great location because we're about 15 minutes away from Summerville. That said, because it is a little further away from town, it feels a lot quieter. You have this sense of peace and quiet, and you don't hear a lot of traffic noise. You're gonna hear more birds chirping, you might hear kids playing at the playground, but in terms of traffic noise, this is one of the most quiet neighborhoods I've been in. So if you're looking for peace and quiet, you wanna be away from the traffic, the fact that the location is a little further out might actually be a good thing. With that said, if you're still considering living in Summers Corner and buying a home here, or you're considering moving to the Charleston area, I'd love to help you out with that. You can find my information down below in the description box. You can text me, send me an email, call me, any way you want to reach out, just reach out. I'm available below. And if you want to see what more plans in Summers Corner look like, I'll be making videos in the future, so check out the playlist here. And remember, if you are considering buying a Summers Corner home or a Lennar home, don't reach out to them directly, don't look on their website, because as soon as you sign up on their website, you are basically giving up your right to have your own representation. And it's important to have your own representation because the sales agents don't represent you, they represent the builder's best interest. So it's important to have someone advocating for your best interest. So if you'd like to work with me, just give me a call, send me a text, send me an email below, and I'd love to chat with you about it.